Well, good afternoon and live from Texas, this is the Will Cain Show. It's Monday, post-Labor Day, back to school, back to work. The beginning of dove season should be a national holiday, and it's also back to football on Sundays. It can be tough, though, to see the bright side on a Monday, but President Trump reminds us that as a nation, we have a lot to look forward to in America.
I end up getting the Olympics, the World Cup, and 250. It's amazing the way God works, isn't it? It's amazing. Isn't it amazing the way God works? It's true.
The Olympics, the World Cup, when you have guests coming over to your house, you pick up, you clean up. Maybe that's why the president is hell-bent on keeping America safe.
A madman, a lunatic, just got up and started. It's right on the tape. Not really watchable because it's so horrible. But just viciously stabbed. She's just sitting there. So they're evil people. We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country.
The president is talking about chilling video lighting up social media this weekend. It is disturbing to watch. It shows 23-year-old Irina Zarutska. She's a refugee from Ukraine, boarding Charlotte, North Carolina's light rail train just after 9:45 p.m. on August 22nd. She's sitting, scrolling on her phone. A man in a red hoodie is sitting behind her. After 4 minutes, he casually and unpredictably pulls out a knife and stabs her 3 times. She was dead at the scene. And if that's not horrifying enough, right after, he roams around the train car, waiting by the doors as passengers look on, leaving behind him a trail of blood. The suspect, DeCarlos Brown Jr., is a career criminal with 14 arrests, at least 14 arrests. And those convictions, they date back more than a decade, including arrests for felony larceny, robbery with a dangerous weapon, and communicating threats. After serving 5 years for a 2014 robbery, he was back on the street. 5 months later, in 2020, he was arrested for assaulting his sister. Again, quickly, back on the street. This past January, North Carolina Magistrate Judge Teresa Stokes granted Brown release after his arrest for misuse of the 911 system, based upon the release, a written promise that he would return for his court hearing. That case, by the way, pending when he boarded the light rail last month. Also stunning, support for these kinds of criminals. Look at this. It's a now removed GoFundMe page for the suspect. It reads, quote, "While what happened on the Blue Line was a tragedy, what we mustn't lose sight of is the fact that DeCarlos Brown Jr. was failed categorically by the judicial system and the mental health services of North Carolina, and as such is not entirely to blame for what happened. Mental health has become a catch-all for this country to excuse the greatest of our sins." And it sounds a lot like what we heard from Charlotte's mayor, Vi Lyles. She wrote, "We will never arrest our way out of issues such as homelessness and mental health. Mental health disease is just that, a disease like any other that needs to be treated with the same compassion, diligence, and commitment as cancer or heart disease." By comparing mental health to cancer, she makes DeCarlos Brown the victim in this horrible murder. By blaming the system, she absolves responsibility for DeCarlos Brown. And there was no responsibility for the city of Chicago, at least their leaders, who I guess are hard work at investigating. They treated themselves to a break from a safety briefing on the incident to eat cake. So why are we just hearing about this now, this horrific crime? It's been since August 22nd, but it hits your radar, my radar, just this past weekend in September. Well, it's because of one of the biggest lies of omission, silence from the media. Let's explain over at The Wall. If you search right now for the victim's name, Irina Zarutska, on the New York Times, as of earlier this morning, you got absolutely 0 results. That's the name, again, of the Ukrainian refugee murdered on that light rail train in Charlotte. 0 results. Now, if I took another incident on mass transportation, say Daniel Penny stepping up as a vigilante to help people on the New York City subway, you search that on the New York Times, 100 results. Now, why would that be? Why would one story demand 100 articles and another story 0 articles? And it's because the media is more interested in the all capitals story, the narrative, than the facts or the truth. Take a look at the difference here. I want to show you the actual truth when it comes to crime. The story is about race. Race. Take a look at the black on white crimes, 385,000 in 2023. The white on black crimes, just under 118,000. You see the comparative numerical difference. But now here's what the media actually does. They did what our camera operator just began to do a moment ago. I'm going to step out of the way. I'm going to show you literally what the media does with a camera. They zoom in on this number. This number, devoid of context, devoid of any facts, devoid of any understanding for the audience, is the only number that is zoomed in on by the media. Never do you understand the stories like this one we just saw out of Charlotte. Now, the media has already begun to address away what just happened in Charlotte. Axios writes, stabbing video fuels MAGA's crime message. Inside the article, they write, the big picture. The rising number of surveillance cameras in public spaces, including on Charlotte's light rail, has become a big accelerant in these cases. The video is easily shared or leaked and can instantly pollinate across social media, a visual counterpoint to stats showing crime decreases. You see, the problem isn't the murder. The problem, according to Axios, is the surveillance cameras and that you know about the murder. We wouldn't, any of us know, but for social media. And this isn't the only story. There was that viral brawl in Cincinnati, the tragic stabbing at a track meet in Frisco, Texas, that killed Austin Metcalf, and now this horrific stabbing in Charlotte. All right, joining me now on all of this is film director and historian Erin Durham, who grew up in Charlotte and lived downtown, rode the light rail, and her husband, former nuclear scientist for the U.S. Department of Energy in North Carolina, Matt Van Swole. Thank you both for being with us here today. Matt, let's start with why this story gets no coverage. It still, to some point, has not broken through outside of social media and a few outlets like this one on Fox News. Why is that? Why is the public not allowed to know about what happened in Charlotte?
Well, it's the same reason that the coverage for Helene didn't break through as well, which we went through down here in Asheville, North Carolina, which was there's a narrative and it must be pushed at all costs. And if the narrative crosses into a political realm, let's just say left, that they don't want you to know about, you will not see the story. And Erin's got some terrifying stories of her riding the light rail and being chased downtown.
So, Erin, this is not an isolated incident, what we just saw take place with this refugee from Ukraine?
No, I mean, I got super lucky growing up because my parents are just very safety oriented. My mom worked downtown, and she was almost assaulted on the street of downtown Charlotte, and luckily she's a second-degree black belt, and she broke his nose, so she was fine. But there are so many stories like that, and the police came up to her right afterwards and said, like, thank you, because you need to teach, like, we can lock this person up, but immediately after they're going to be on the street again. You hear about businesses downtown, because things aren't reported on the news. Businesses downtown will tell their employees, like, hey, somebody got assaulted in the parking garage last night, or they kind of warn their employees. But why on earth are we not, as a nation, actually telling the statistics as they are, that violent crime is up, that murder is up? I don't care if it's mental illness. If someone has committed a violent crime, they need to be in jail, right? Like, that just makes sense.
Well, the media is only one angle of this. And Matt, while I agree with you, it's about politics, there's a lot of elements to why it's politics. There is a reluctance or an unwillingness to tell the truth so it doesn't embolden President Trump's push to stop crime with the National Guard across the country. It's also the racial element, unwilling to tell stories where the characters don't fit the racial narrative that's needed for the media. But there's also the political angle, not just the media. And Erin, you brought this up. Why aren't these guys prosecuted? Why aren't they kept in jail? Who are the prosecutors and who are the judges in places like Charlotte, North Carolina? Well, there are Congress people like Representative Jasmine Crockett who are actually advocating for keeping criminals on the street. I want you to listen to Jasmine Crockett.
I don't want anybody to mistake what I'm saying. just because you are impoverished does not mean that you will be a criminal. But I do want to be clear that there is a direct link between poverty and susceptibility to having to engage in certain things. I want people to understand that there are crimes that are committed not because people are criminals, but because they literally are trying to survive.
So some crime, Erin, is excusable because of poverty.
Absolutely ridiculous. I am working right now pro bono, telling the stories of kids from the worst of the worst situations that got scholarships to go and follow their dreams. These kids are academically gifted, incredible human beings, doing amazing things for this world already at 18, 19 years old. Poverty does not mean you get to be a criminal. Having a hard life does not mean you get to stab a woman in the face and get out. Like, we're dealing with this in Asheville as well. We got messages off of X for the past 48 hours from people in Chicago, Denver, Salt Lake City, DC, New York City. These people are pissed. They want someone to step in and start getting rid of bail, making sure that if you commit a violent crime, you are in jail. Like, very simple, regardless of why you did it.
Right. No, poverty's not an excuse, and neither, by the way, is mental health. All right, Matt Vanswell, Erin Durham, thank you both for being with us here today.
Thank you, Will. We love you.
Right. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.